Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another challenge map salvage. Now, I'm actually here with the PCSX2 emulator. It's hard to say, but I'm doing it with the Oculus Rift. I actually got it to work. It didn't take any extra software. Like you would think, oh, maybe Perception, Vorpex, whatever. Nope, doesn't need anything, just the Oculus Rift, and it is really cool. So there's some extra, DLL files that you need to get for it to make it 3D, but other than that, it'll set it up to like 2 images. I'm going to do a little setup to show you guys how it's done, show you where to get the files, that sort of thing. And then I'm also going to actually play a bit of Kingdom Hearts 2 to show you guys just how well it works, you know. Obviously, you can't see in the top corners and stuff because it doesn't make it circular. It's still 2 square images, and because of that, it cuts off little bits in the corners. But it is still playable. I have tried it to the point of where you have your little thing pop up that's like attack and open chest and stuff, and I can fairly see what I'm doing for most of the time anyway. So I'm going to show you guys it in the end of the video. So let's move on to the setup of the software. Okay, so I'm on my desktop right now. Make sure that's actually recording. Yep. So I'm on my desktop right now. I'm going to open up the Google Chrome, and this is the website that you're going, what? Why is it, what? There we go. Page 1. I don't know why it was on page 8, but on page 1... which is the most important page to be on, because you kind of need it. There is this 3D PCSX2 plugin for 3D display, which is for the PCSX2. And so we're going to be getting these 2 files in order to get the 3D to work for the Oculus Rift. So you just open them in new tabs, and it'll start downloading it down here, or wherever, in the top or something. And then show in folder, it's a RAR file, so you make sure to get RAR or WinRAR or something like that, you know, that's what I use anyway. And I'm going to delete that one because I've already downloaded them. But as you can see, there's the DLLs one and there's the patch one. You open up the DLLs one and there's a folder. Inside the folder are the DLLs themselves, along with the readme text, you know, that tells you general controls of how to change display mode. This is probably one of the most important keys right here, is the star key. That's how you change it from being just one solid screen, or top and bottom screen, which is default, to a side-by-side. The side-by-side is for the 2 images for the Oculus Rift. And so you definitely want it to be this option. So I'll show you guys kind of how to change those. It changes it all sorts of weird ways. The top and bottom one was what it was set to a default, and when I put on my Oculus, it just murdered my eyes. It was horrible. But so you simply take the DLL files, and then you go to your... oh, don't have it open. You go to where your software is installed, your PS2 emulator, PCSX2 1.2.1, and here it is. Here's the software, and there's a plugins folder. Now you open the plugins folder, drag all these DLLs, just like highlight all of them. Yep, there we go. And then you just drag them all in. But I already have them all in there. See, there's AVX 3D DLL, which is the very top one. So... anyways, once you get all of these in, you're also going to want to get the patch in here as well. So we close out of this one, you get the second download, which is the GSDX3D_patch. Open that up, open up the folder, and you just drag this one directly into the same folder as all the DLLs. Now once you've done that, you can then open up your software. So I'm going to minimize everything pretty much. And I'm going to open up PCSX2. As you can see, it's just the normal PCSX2. But I go to config, and then I go to plugin/BIOS selector. Now here is where you decide, or how you change it so that it'll work with your Oculus Rift, is right here, the GS one. Normally it'll be set to something like this, you know, GSDX32 AVX R5875, but we want to change it to one of the 3D options, AVX 3D, or this one, the SSC2 3D, SSC4, so on and so forth. But for me, anyway, I found that the AVX 3D seems to work the best. So once you choose the one that you want, you just hit the apply button, because if you don't, as you can see if I come over to here, you can't configure it if you don't hit the apply button. It won't let you. So hit the apply button, go to configure, and it'll open up this little dandy window. And this is where you change all your general settings. Now the first thing that you might notice is that it's the GSDX9, which for me worked better. However, there are some games and some glitches and things that'll happen from GSDX9, which then, if that does happen on your computer, you'll want to change it to the Direct3D 11 or GSD10, whatever. And make sure to choose hardware. I tried the software one, and it freaked everything out, didn't work very well, and everything crashed. So, trying to keep it on the hardware option. Interlacing, I have it on none. That just kind of like maybe blurs the edges and stuff, the images, but I'm keeping it on none. And then I changed the resolution. Normally, you would want to change it to the original PlayStation 2, or keep it to the original PlayStation 2 resolution. But in this case, because we're going to be using the DK2, you're going to want it to be set to the resolution of your DK2, which is 1920 by 1080. If you don't change it to the resolution of the Development Kit 2, it is all messed up. It looks horrible, and it really, really hurts your eyes. So you're definitely going to want to change this to 1920 by 1080. Or I guess you can probably do it to 1280 by 720 if your monitor can't handle such high resolution, or if you're experiencing extreme lag, that sort of thing. Another thing to fix lag, if your computer can't handle it, which mine can, so I don't need to do this, but if you need to do this, if you're experiencing tons of lag, select this, the Allow 8-bit Textures. The graphics quality will be lessened a bit, but it will improve performance dramatically. So if you're having problems, select that one. But this is pretty much all the settings that I have set for it. And now I am able to play my Kingdom Hearts 2 game with the PCSX2. I have a controller actually installed into it, so a gamepad and stuff, so I can actually use it. It's a 360 controller, which is freaking awesome, but it really helps the experience a lot, and that way you won't hear my mouse clicking all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the game now to kind of show you guys the different settings, change the screen, that sort of thing, and then I'm going to actually play a little bit of the game to give you a general idea of how well it works. Okay, there was one thing that I forgot to mention that is very important to get this to work. Minimize that. To get this to work, you obviously need to change the settings for your Oculus Rift, so I'm going to kind of show you that because I had a lot of trouble getting this to work. So you're going to want to open up your Oculus config utility. Once you open up the Oculus Rift config, it'll pop up in your little sys tray or system tray, whatever. You right-click on it, go to Configuration Utility. Now this is where you change all the options for your Rift. Now you're going to need it to be on Extend Desktop to the HMD. Does not work with Direct HMD. I am sorry to say, I love the Direct one, but it is like use on nothing. It drives me nuts that I can't use it on anything. It's the easiest one to use, and yet only Extended Desktop seems to work with anything. So choose Extended Desktop. For now, I'm going to change it to Direct HMD for a reason, because I'm going to need to turn it on to show you guys some more settings. But if I turn it on with the Extend Desktop one, it'll freak out everything, and on here, you won't see anything anymore. It'll all be moved to my Rift display, and so I'll be recording nothing, which obviously you need to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to put it on this one for now, temporarily, so I can show you the settings. You might want to do it too, actually. It makes it a lot easier to change the settings to have it on that. So now I'm going to turn on my Oculus Rift, turning it on now. Bloop. And I see my little orange light, so I know that it's working. And so now it's detected. It says model Oculus Rift DK2, yada yada, waiting for camera, blah blah blah. Which I don't have it plugged in, because you don't need it for this anyway, so I just have it unplugged. But anyway, so what you're going to want to do is go to your screen resolution. Now this is how you set up the extended display. If you don't do it this way, it's going to look awful. It's going to look absolutely awful. Oh no, it's not showing it. Why? Okay, just imagine for a second that this doesn't say G276HL, but instead says something like Rift or SDK2 or something like that. You choose that display, and you set it as your default display. You need the Oculus to be set as default. You also want to change the resolution to recommended, possibly 1920 by 1080, or whatever you can do. That's still a 16 by 9 aspect ratio, so that it looks good. But once you do this, once you turn on extended display mode, something's going to change, and it is going to drive you mad. This is going to change. it's going to change to portrait. And as you can imagine, that would look really bad and horrifying in the Oculus Rift. It's blinding, it's awful, and everything's sideways, so you can't see what you're doing, and it's miserable. So what you need to do is you need to come back here to the display settings, screen resolution, and change the orientation to landscape. You gotta change it back to landscape. It's dumb that automatically changes it to portrait. I have no idea whose idea that was. I don't know why it does that. It's kind of stupid. You'll never, ever, 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 ever use it in portrait unless you really want to blind yourself for some reason. So other than that, you need it in landscape. So change that to landscape. It'll probably solve a billion problems for you. And there you go. Now you just obviously change it to the extended display mode. Make sure that, oh no. Oh, please still be recording. Oh, yeah. I didn't turn off the Rift. Oh crap. I don't know what happened. Is it still recording? I'm still recording. Wow, high CPU whoa. I really messed up there. Yeah. Put it back to extended desktop mode. I wonder what that did. And now obviously I'm not detected because I turned it off. But you'll turn it on. And when you turn it on, make sure that you're ready to actually play the game, because as you might have seen, there's not going to be anything up in your monitor. You're not going to see anything, because you need to have it be to, what is it? You cannot duplicate the displays. You have to have them extended displays, and by extending them, it makes it like one giant monitor, and because of that, all your softwares that you have open, PCSX2, Oculus Config, my internet, anything that I have open is now going to be shown on the Oculus Rift instead of my computer monitor. When it does that, obviously it's hard to control or do anything. So make sure that you have everything set up and ready to actually play the game before turning on your monitor. In fact, start playing the game and then turn on your Oculus Rift. That'll make it a lot easier. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the game to kind of give you guys an idea of how this works and how it looks. So I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, we are in the game. This time I'm only recording my microphone audio and then the game audio separately. So I've done this 3 times now. It's driving me nuts. But anyway, so I have the Oculus Rift set up with the game. I have like 6 things set up that I have to worry about. But it should be recording right. You know what? I'm going to make absolutely sure. Just 1 second. There. Now the game is recording. So I'm going to go ahead and throw on the Oculus Rift. I'm going to show you some of the other settings. I have to have my glasses off for it, but you know, whatever. So I'm going to show you some of the other settings and stuff that changes, like the screen, perspective, that sort of thing. So I'm going to throw it on and hop on into the game. Okay, so I'm in the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so I'm in the game, and I am going to hit the star key. That's what changes the perspective. So as you see here, I can hit it, and it changed it, and it really hurts my eyes now. I can hit it again, changes color, and now it's double up on top of each other. And yeah, so those are the options for it. But so I'm going to keep it on this one, because it's like one solid image. For me anyways, I don't know if it's going to be for you or not, but I'm going to go ahead, new game. I'm going to start just beginner, so I can try to get as far in this as I can. Sure, why not? Stereo, yes. Let the game begin. Now, I would show you the I'll show you like the little bit of the opening, but I'll probably have to change some of the music and stuff. Buena Vista Games, Square Enix, Kingdom Hearts 2. Yeah. Ow, ow, ow. Sorry. I'm hurting myself with. I've been wearing this for hours, so.
It's like a far-off memory.
A far-off memory. That's like a scattered dream.
It's like a scattered dream.
I want to line the pieces up. Yours and mine.
Yours and mine.
I play this way too much. I have this all memorized. Oh wait, that is copyrighted music. So, 8-bit music, go. Whoa, it's gone. Yeah, so it looks absolutely amazing. I swear, this game was meant for the Oculus Rift. It looks fantastic in the Oculus Rift. I don't know why, I don't know how it does it, but it does, and it stands the test of time, that's for sure. It's hopped from 2D, really crappy, like, visual quality and stuff, all the way up to virtual reality, and it looks amazing. And so anyways, I'm going to go ahead and hop into the game, so I'm gonna skip the scene, and then hopefully the actual game will start here, the opening cutscene. There we go. And so I gotta show you this part because it looks really cool. The title screens that appear, you know, when you enter the new worlds and stuff, when it says like Deep Jungle or like Olympus, you know. Wow, I'm choking. Oh, sorry. Wow, I almost like died there.
Another dream about him.
Yes, about Sora. Well, don't worry, I'll like mute the microphone there or something for you guys so you don't die of like ears bleeding. But yeah, this looks really cool. The title sequence that pops up, the it's called Twilight Town, I believe. Yeah, right here. This looks so cool in the Rift. I don't know why. It's beautiful. It is beautiful, and it's the only one that I've seen. I haven't seen any of the other ones, but I imagine that they're just as amazing. Yeah, the game in general is amazing, but there will be lag because, you know, I'm recording two things at the same time, as well as using extended display with the Oculus Rift. So I have two monitors going, and it's, yeah, obviously it's going to be very laggy. But as you can see, it's still working, it's functioning, even with all this recording going. So as you can imagine, it probably runs real well without all that happening. The first day.
Man, doesn't that tick you off?
Yeah, that's just wrong.
The cipher's gone too far this time.
As you can see, it's probably running at like 70%. Not even that, maybe. No, it's probably going at 70%. It's probably not slower than that, actually. If it was slower, it would sound real messed up.
Stolen around town.
But it doesn't sound too bad. But you can definitely tell it's running
He
slower.
wants to think we did it. I can't really blame him.
Yep. But anyways, we're gonna get into a fighting scene here. Fight the first little boss thing. But we have to speed through the tutorial. Let's fast forward. Fast forwarding time. Okay, so this cutscene pretty much starts the mark of the first battle, as it were, the tutorial battle. But when the first Keyblade is also revealed a little bit after, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that too, just because it looks cool, and I love seeing it.
Thieves.
Oh no!
Slow, you know?
How could we steal a word? It makes no sense.
Nice comeback there, Blondie. What'd you say?
She's got some crazy hair
You
going.
can give us back the... now.
Sure.
Yeah,
Here you
we're
go.
the only ones who take it, you know?
That was undeniable proof that we totally owned you, lamers.
Oh, the
So
picture.
what did you do?
Right.
Burn it?
Of course we did.
Huh. Not that we need some... to prove that you're losers.
Replay.
Now you're talking.
What jerks.
I guess if you get on your knees and beg, maybe I'll let it slide.
Boom, boom, boom. Don't do it. No.
Roxas!
Choose a weapon. Dun dun dun. And this is when it really begins. So I finally get to choose my weapon. I'm gonna choose the one that is offensive because I like that one. That'll do. So there we go. Increase strength +1. Dun, 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 dun. Oh no.
Roxas, focus.
Yeah, whatever. I don't want to focus. Maybe I want to be beaten. You ever think of that? Oh, you dodged me. Tutorial over.
Come on. Quit playing around and fight.
Yeah, whatever. I will fight. Fight to win. Hi-ya! Oh yeah. And then hit him again. And then dodge him. He's gonna do that. And I win. I've memorized it now. I've done it 3 times in a row. And so now I have it all memorized.
Cypher's not feeling so hot.
It's kind of
you know?
sad.
Tournament decides.
Chkeek. Nope. There we go. Chkeek. Jumped the gun there a little. Whoa. It's the thief. Dun dun dun.
What was that?
The thief?
Chase him down. Except for some reason everybody disappears except for Roxas at this point. Who knows why? Some things are left to the imagination. Charge to the mansion. The woods, Twilight Town. So, the only major problem is I can only see the top 2 things of the bottom left menu. I can see my health. I can't quite see my entire magic bar. But other than that, perfectly fine. Totally playable. Just gotta remember how many dings, you know, in the menu. Dun dun dun. We have come for you, my liege. Say it evilly. Oh no! It's been revealed! Dun 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 dun. Defeat the enemy, but you can't. What? Ah! Nope. Ow. Couldn't jump that time. Whoops. Come on. There we go. Perfect.
It's no use.
Now the Keyblade shall appear. Oh yeah.
What?
Magic!
What is this thing?
What is this thing? I mean, it's blatantly obvious that it's a key of some kind. What is this thing? It's probably got some real weight to it compared to the little foam that I was using. Defeat the enemy. For real this time. There we go. I win. That battle's a little too easy. But, oh well. And thus ends the video, I think. So that gives you a general idea of how Kingdom Hearts works in the Oculus Rift. I don't know if I could, but eventually it would be cool to actually do a Let's Play in it. I think that'd be awesome. But for now, anyways, I still gotta finish the other series that I'm doing. Zelda, Skyward Sword, and Dying Light. So, until then, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, click the like button. I hope that this helped you in like setting it up and all that stuff, because it is really cool. You have to try it for yourselves. So anyways, I will see you in the next video. Bye!